Instagram, probably the best dating app in the world right now. If you're not on it, you're doing it wrong. If you're on it, there's a very fair chance you're still doing it wrong. TextGod coach Dan and I have been studying Instagram for about the past 8 months. We have found a way to be incredibly attractive and get girls into you automatically without needing a lot of followers, doing special cool stuff, or forcing your friends to take photos of you all the time. More on that later, because first what we're gonna give you is 7 Instagram stereotypes that we found that ruin guys' dating success. They think they're doing the right thing, they're gonna get more girls. Wrong, they're doing the wrong thing, they're scaring girls away. Without further ado, we're gonna crack right into it. I do want you to keep in mind that the feedback we are giving on these Instagram examples, and yes, you'll get examples, is assuming that they want to meet more girls, right? We're not assuming they are trying to make more business or show people that they're big into some hobby. No, this is assuming they want to meet girls. Example 1 is the coach, the motivational guy. What the hell is wrong with people these days where they feel a constant need to constantly inspire and motivate anyone that didn't even ask for these things?
Yeah, you can post something or repost a quote, and an inspirational quote, it meant something because it actually came from someone. Now, I don't want to say you're not somebody, but we're coaches ourselves and we never post that shit. Like, it's always inspirational because it sums up somebody's, philosophy. Kobe Bryant says this, and then it's like worth something. If you just repeat it, then you're just echoing somebody else. That's not really personality. Or if you come up with your own quotes, yeah, well, maybe you're a top performer, then by all means go and do it. But else it just doesn't mean that much. We don't get inspired by any quotes on Instagram. And it's not just good for dating.
100% agree. And the way I also feel about it is no one asks you to inspire or motivate them. So it's like you come from some sort of superior place. Like, here, let me motivate and inspire you guys with all the smart stuff that I heard someone else say.
To everyone who needs to hear this today, you got this.
Yeah. And here's a guy who, in my opinion, made some of the coolest photos ever. But how about you just post it on your feed and let the photo speak for itself? It's awesome. There's no need to add this running downhill is easier. Deep, motivational. Change is inevitable. Growth is intentional. Inspired. Your girl's not becoming more attracted to you because you repost that shit, bruv. Number 2 is a stereotype that is massively on the rise. It is the hustler, the cool guy that's hoping to become some sort of crossbreed between Warren Buffett and Hormozy and Gary Vee, and he wakes up at 5 a.m. in the morning for the cold shower, and you will know that he took the cold shower, and then you will also know that he worked 15 hours continuously without a split second of a break. He didn't even breathe. He's just making money.
Boom! Muscle culture. Sex is good and all, but have you tried shorting the absolute highs?
Hey Dan, there's no way you can predict all the moves.
Hold my coffee.
If I were a girl, I would want to bang you right now.
You hustle so hard, you must be a billionaire.
By the way, don't forget to wake up, meditate, caffeinate, hydrate, dominate.
And asshole Nate.
Why does he not urinate? Does he not have to urinate? Is urinating not part of hustle culture?
Nah, they ain't got time for that.
The most common stereotype is the boar. Everyone knows some boars. It's those people you follow on Instagram, and every day they'll post like a similar photo of their coffee, or the coffee dripping out of their coffee machine, or their little stupid croissant, or whatever. It's just always the same unexciting, boring, predictable stuff that doesn't turn anyone on. I know you might not do the most fun stuff every day. I know we're just normal people and we have to go work most days of the week, and you have to go buy your groceries. You're not backflipping off of cliffs all the time or doing city trips every other week, and that's completely fine. But if you want to attract girls, you need to show these everyday boring things in the correct way. And we have developed 7 templates. And even if you're just going to work and you sit behind your desk, you go get your groceries, you go home to binge your favorite Netflix show, and you go to sleep, there are clever tactics to show these things in a way that they really attract women. They'll look at your story and they'll be like, huh, I kind of want to be around this guy.
And Louis is seriously mastering this, like not only on Instagram, but just you have such an eye for detail that just picks out random little things, or you just add like a little flavor of wittiness to a pretty normal situation, and that instantly makes it charismatic. Like, you don't have to indeed have this rock star life to be interesting or need 1,000 followers. If you learn some of his wit, you can be your authentic, attractive self by using these templates. Yeah, and you're a master at teaching this. It actually works.
I was gonna say the same thing. You don't have to become some sort of stand-up comedian witty guy. We have 7 very simple tactics that you just replicate. Pretty much copy-paste, but on your own life, and it will work. It will show you in this attractive way, again, that makes women want to spend time with you. One quick extra example about the Boar. We have a mentee and he's been absolutely crushing it. His growth is phenomenal. His dating life is pretty much becoming a rock star's dating life, even though he has a normal life. One massive mistake I saw this guy make. He went to an art exhibition, made like 20 stories in a row with videos of the art exhibition. No one has time for that. But then to make it even worse, a couple days later, he would post even more videos about the same thing. Next week, even more. The week after, even more. And now you look like this guy that did one fun thing once and he keeps raving on about this one thing. But trust me, no one on a fast-paced medium such as Instagram has time to watch all that shit. The next stereotype is the poser. And I have a great example of a disgusting poser that I want to show you. He's on your screen, unblurred, right here. Yes, that's me. That's my old Instagram. Back then I thought the best thing to do was make as hot photos of myself and that's all I would post. Mega turn off. Now you're some narcissistic prick with no interest in anything else but himself. Massive turn off. I do want to say this is a mistake very commonly made by women as well. The only thing is women can pretty much get away with it because as soon as they look hot, 90% of guys are interested anyway. Don't be like old me, don't be a poser, get my Instagram course, see the perfect formula of what content to post, get laid infinite times. Or find a wife and plant a tree.
You can do that too with Instagram.
The next unattractive stereotype is one you all know. This one started by me asking in our WhatsApp group full of dating coaches if the guys had any Instagram tips, any tricks, any advice to attract the quality girls. One of our coaches said, don't post too many naked women. Very true. One of the favorite advices from the cool alpha pickup coaches, show that you're pre-selected, gem all these women in your photos, because then if those women are into you, the other women must be into you as well. Wrong. Being the try-hard guy that wants to show that he's surrounded by women, oftentimes just staged, because most of the time the women are not there, that's part of what we call the Dan. Not this Dan, the Dan Bilzerian. Dan Bilzerian wannabe who has expensive items and now he's on a boat. He has infinite riches and he's super cool all the time. He's probably smoking a cigar now.
Like there's a lot of obsession also on dating apps with guys like, oh, I have to show the social picture or the picture with girls. And like, yeah, it's nice to show that you're doing something, but the girls don't need to be forced in that much. In the defense of the coach you just saw, like he does do photography with like, you know, models. So but then it's just better to keep that a separate page. Like you have to be aware, like, what am I trying to achieve with this page? Is it business or is it dating? Because that's a very different thing.
And guys, honestly, this is good news for you. You don't need to be on a boat. You don't need to be smoking a cigar. You don't need to be around women. Because when we asked very beautiful women on their opinion on these profiles, they always said stuff like this. That's why this stereotype is one of the most hated on Instagram, alongside
the gym rat. You might think that it's common knowledge by now that shirtless mirror pics don't really work on dating apps or Instagram. Some guys still can't resist the urge.
Next Instagram mistake is the hobbyist / fanboy. It's that guy that whenever he posts a story and a girl's about to click it, she already knows there's a 90% chance it is again him windsurfing, or it is again him boxing, or it is again him sharing something by his favorite artist. You know, they have one thing they're really into, and that's pretty much all they yap about.
It's fine to have a hobby and be obsessed maybe even with something, but like displaying that thing only, it kind of makes you look a bit one-dimensional. Like, oh, that's just him and that's it. And she will be like, so I already know what the conversation is going to be about when I'm on a date with him. It's just going to be about Legos.
Yeah, good one. It's like they diminish their whole personality to that one hobby. Depending on how much dating success you currently have, if you have at least a tiny little bit, you may have noticed that whenever there's an exchange of contacts, girls will be more likely to ask for your Instagram now rather than the number or anything else. And if you felt that moment where you're a little bit ashamed and you're like, fuck, I have to share this crappy page or I don't even have one, then obviously you're missing out on a date with your potential future wifey. Most guys think you need a lot of followers, friends that take photos of you all the time, a bunch of cool shit that you're doing all the time. But over the last too much time, we have interviewed so many popular women and we have analyzed so many profiles. Coach Dan and I came up with a system where you can consistently attract hot women into your life and get them to want to go on a date with you without needing more than 50 followers, your friends taking photos of you all the time, or doing more than one city trip per year. And you can achieve this with a system called the passive attractive system, which is a very smart combination of some psychological effects combined with some social media wizardry. It works for you, it works for Dan, it works for everyone. If you're interested in knowing just slightly more, click the link below the video and discover how this course can completely change your dating life forever.
And what I love the most about this is that you've added like tons and tons and tons of examples, not only of your own profile and stories, but also those of our followers or customers, where you break down, the Instagram, the pictures, the stories of, just regular guys and together with girls. So you see not only Louis' opinion, but also those of multiple hot girls. Not only that, but you really break it down in very practical bits. So you actually can get started and you do this in this community of other guys who also like work on this together. So it's very interactive, it's very practical, and you can just apply this stuff and get better results in a matter of days or maybe weeks. You don't need a ton of work. You don't need a ton of friends. You don't need a lot of followers at all. That's complete myth. You just need your phone and a little bit of time, and you can get started right now today. And to make this very easy to get started right now, we offer only this week a 60% discount on the course because it's launching right now. So this is a massive offer. You want to take this opportunity, so don't wait. Like, do it now, because else later on you pay like 2.5 times more. So do it now, click the link, check out if it's something that helps you further.
Use this opportunity, enjoy the discount. Unless, of course, you're the hustle bro, don't use the discount. Money is never an issue.